Trial of the Amazons issue number 2. This is part 7 of 7 of Trial of the Amazons. It's over. It's done. It's out of our lives. Just in time for the Justice League to die. Does that mean Diana's going to die? Because when I stopped reading Justice League, she wasn't on the team, but Hippolyta was on the team. But Hippolyta's dead already, so I guess the Justice League did kind of die already. All I'm saying is, it's very convenient that these big sweeping epics with these kind of characters like Wonder Woman are ending just in time for the Justice League to be killed off. Very convenient, almost like they planned it this way. I have been very skeptical of this book from the beginning, so much so that people in the comments have kind of told me off for it. And that's okay. You know, I still think there are some pacing issues with this book. There is just some story elements that I don't really care for, and ultimately it hasn't done anything to further the mythos of these characters. I think this issue did something kind of cool, and that was just say, yeah, nothing really changed. What did change was the camaraderie. The biggest thing that this book really did was give camaraderie between all of the tribes of the Amazons, which is cool. And I guess that's going to be important to some people. It should lead to an Amazons book, like an ongoing just about the Amazons. This would have been the perfect time to do the Nubia and the Amazons book. Now that they're all together, you could just call it, you know, Amazons Attack or something. I think that would be cool. But it's fine, whatever. Let's get through this book. In the last issue, Doom's Doorway came to life. We saw what burst through it, and it was chaos. And chaos we saw in the graveyard of the gods. It was a being that Diana locked up there, and now it's out to seek its revenge. So the beginning of this book is a big battle between Chaos and the Amazons. And it's looking pretty cool. I do gotta say, I like the way it's looking. All of the Amazons coming together in a nice splash page to fight this big creature. It leads to some very interesting stuff being admitted. We see Anatope returns. You know, the one character who has kind of been absent from the book for the majority of the latter half, and she was kind of the one that saw Diana in the tombs earlier, and she's like, I'm here to help. My fate is sealed for this fight. I know exactly where this is going. We cut back to Cassie, and she's with Megala, and they are headed to what should be the armory. But the armory they know isn't there. They just haven't had time to show Nubia where the secret armory is being held. So they all head down the secret tomb by the statue of, is the statue of Artemis, the goddess of the hunt? I can't tell. But they head to the secret war chest of Nikkei. It looks like Nike. That's just the American in me saying that. And we see the old weaponry and the war chest and whatever of Wonder Woman's past, including the armor from 1984, the Wonder Woman movie where she rapes a guy and that's a body. It's weird. And they even call out Asteria here. So yeah, at some point we're going to get this character appearing again. And I'm like, okay, that's really weird. But whatever. The invisible jet's down there. A bunch of weapons are just down there. It's kind of cool. Like, okay, cool. We have a secret war room. We can get out the weapons and we can go fight. I'm on board. Let's do it. Let's have fun with that. Cassie is lurking around. She finds a hidden door, and this is where they have locked up Artemis. And she's like, how'd you find me? Well, I'm a detective, which would be a great book. Wonder Girl, the Detective Kid. Like, let's do that book. But, you know, Cassie frees Artemis. We need all hands on deck for this situation. And they join the fray, and they get into a fight as Chaos is corrupting some of the Amazons. And it looks cool. Like, I have my issues with this book. I have my issues with the idea of the contest being absolutely meaningless because it actually added nothing to the story. But when you have all of these really powerful, beautiful women fighting together, cutting the heads off of big snakes and giant monsters, it's dope. Like, it looks cool. It's a fun idea that I enjoy seeing. Everyone's kind of getting their ass kicked. They're not really sure how they're going to win the day. You get some nice moments between Nubia and Faruka where they're finally coming to terms with each other. These two women who have been at odds since the beginning of the book and further than that. It's like finally they're coming together to help each other out, and it's very cool. And we see that the way that they're going to completely shut it down and lock everything up is Atalanta and Anatope are going to work together using some weird, power of friendship, Kamehameha shit. They're going to lend their prayers to Hera and We invoke the prayer of like blessing the Lord of Bedlam, and it's like it's gonna trap chaos in its tracks. It's very, very interesting because it just kind of happens. So basically, these two women, these powerful women who have history in the Amazon mythos, they use their power to lock up Chaos and send him back to Doom's doorway, and in it they sacrifice themselves for the cause. Atalanta throws her helmet to Veruca, and they close the door behind them, and it's a beautiful moment where we can just mourn for everything that happened. But mourning will not be in vain. We will live for our Amazons, we will fight for our Amazons, we will love for our Amazons. It's a beautiful moment. Nubia gets her moment. No, it's not Nubia. My bad. It's Philippus and Diana have their moment where they're talking about what Hippolyta was hoping for. And it's like, this is what she wanted. All the Amazon united, working together to do the right thing. And then we see that Yara Fleur is lifting up some pillars, getting them away, and Diana calls her away. So they head down to the secret armory below the armory, and it's the T-Armory. And this is a trademark Becky Cloonan, apparently. Very cool. It's just a big cave where Diana's got her old tiaras on display. And she's like, these are all the things I've worn from the past. There's the big weird helmet like Ares had. There's the gold ones, the silver ones, that weird helmeted one that people will know from that run that I can't think up off the top of my head. Basically, it's just a treasure trove of my history, including those nice little, glasses she wore in that weird 70s run. Very fun. But basically, Diana's like to Yara, you are not really of our pantheon. You don't really believe in our gods. So she breaks her tiara and says, you're more like Prometheus. He stole fire from Olympus, but you took your own type of fire. You were fire, baby. It's almost like Diana read those Yara Fleur books and was like, these are really good. This is the best thing going on in any of my extended family ever. So I love you. And she's like, here, I now anoint you the title of Wonder Girl. And Yara's like, okay, I'm like 20 and there's so many already Wonder Girls. Like, why do I want this title? She's like, just take it, And she does. She takes it. It's all hunky-dory. And I'm like, she wasn't Wonder Girl this whole time, but she had a book where she was Wonder Girl. Whatever. If Diana says you're Wonder Girl, just accept it and move on. Very cool. Very nice moment. Then we cut to the big dining hall scene again where everybody's coming together. This time, everybody's on the same page. There'll be no battle. Everyone's going to support each other, love each other, be there for each other. We see Artemis is on the run of some new powers forming. We see Atlam, who was freed during the Doom's Doorway thing or had some interaction with Diana earlier on. He's also free, but the Amazons are together, and I don't hate it. I don't. I think this was an earned finale. It's simple. It's easy, but that's kind of what it needed. They fight chaos. They lock it up. They save each other. They save their own sisters. It's cool. We weren't without our casualties, which I do appreciate, where it's like we didn't take anybody off the table that had a story to continue. We see that Veruca wants to offer the helmet of Atalanta to Nubia for being such a great queen. She says, it is yours, my friend. You keep it and honor the woman you loved. And the book just ends on a very high note. And it looks like there's going to be like a Nubia special to kind of talk about the events of this and wrap it up. It's nice. A nice finale. It's easy. Long live the queen. Everybody's happy. That's all this needed to be. And as far as the finale goes, it's probably the strongest part of this book, which is not something you can say often, is it? Where the finale is the part that really brings us together. I see where they were going for throughout this book. We're seeing a divided Amazon with the Themysciras and the Bana Migdal and the Escacida, and everybody's fighting against each other. They're coming together when chaos is literally dividing their sisters apart. I see that that's what they're going for. I think it is doing an okay job presenting that, but this issue really solidified that. We finally get that Diana and Yara moment we've been needing. Everything worked out in the end for the better, and it actually served this story great to have a finale that wrapped up strong, and I'm impressed with the finale. I hope they get a collected edition of this run because I'd love to pick it up and kind of analyze it more. I think based on just like my first interaction, maybe I missed the mark and people will tell me I did. But as it goes, it does the rare thing where the finale is the best part of the event, and it's cool. Just those shots of all the Amazons together, just in the beginning there, ready to fight for Diana and protect her. It's cool. It's awesome. I just adore it. It's really fun. And it's a good finale to a pretty interesting book that I haven't loved, but I liked the way it went at the end. So Trial of the Amazons, issue number 2, and the finale to the event, Trial of the Amazons. I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. So thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.